what is up, everybody? It's Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
We had a shit ton of wrestling this week. Like, god damn. Because not even, so WWE had Raw, NXT, SmackDown. They have Evolve now. They have the finishing episode of LFG. If you catch up with all that, that's all WWE. And then the NXT Battleground and Saturday Night Main Event. So they had wrestling almost every single day this week.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Impact, which had Thursday, and they also had a special on Friday. Under Siege. Then AEW had Dynamite, Collision, and then um, Double or Nothing. And then
Yes,
that's
sir.
not even counting the New Japan shit, because I know New Japan had like 2 shows this week too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Stardom had a show. So, that's a lot of wrestling. A lot of wrestling. We ain't covering all that. We're covering. So next week we will have Battleground NXT and AEW uh, Double or Nothing reviews for next week. So we don't have to overcrowd this show. And then we have Saturday Night Main Event review today. So enjoy. First, we got our wrestling retrospect, and I picked the homicidal genocidal Sabu. There's no one. I know one more word is there, and I couldn't think of the word. So I picked the Sabu. My first one is a classic RVD versus Sabu match. This is their stretcher match on ECW TV. This is when Bill Alfonso actually was divided because he was managing both RVD and Sabu, and they were fighting for who's the better one because RVD thought he was better than Sabu. But this was it went to it being a stretcher match, and Bill Alfonso kind of helping Sabu trying to win, but RVD actually catches the win on Sabu. But it's an insane match. A lot of chairs, a lot of tables, and a lot of strangling with the streamers that they do in the ring in the beginning of the match. But very fast-paced action. It's on RVD's YouTube channel. He posted it when Sabu passed away. So definitely check it out. That was like one of his probably longest rivalries, but also his longest tag team partner as well. I'll post this up on the Facebook page so you guys can watch it.
And the first one I picked, also on RVD's channel, it is Sabu and Rob Van Dam versus Bam Bam Bigelow and the Sandman.
Nice.
And this one is ECW. Let's see if they say the date. I don't think, no, he doesn't have the date on here. This one, not the typical ECW arena shows. Um, but this one is like the all stars of ECW
Nice.
because during the match, you get for some reason Taz is out there ringside and he's just upset because
When is
because
he not?
Bam Bam doesn't have a partner. It starts as 2 against 1.
Oh, okay.
Bam Bam's like, I need a partner. Taz is ringside and he's just pissed off and he's just like F you. Bam Bam in the middle of the ring just says it like that. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus
that
Christ,
was
what's
probably
wrong with
after he got fucking put through the ring.
you? So Taz is upset, and then somebody comes out, jumps him, and he just beats the crap out of this guy. And this guy's jacked.
Yeah.
Taz just murdering this dude. And then the match continues, and then they start throwing stuff at him. Like the match doesn't actually start maybe till like 10 minutes in, because they just taunting him, teasing him. RVD's talking mad trash, which you don't. I don't. I did not watch a lot of ECW, so I did not really hear RVD's
Yeah.
like him being like a jerk.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting to see. Uh, then Sandman comes out and helps him. And again, my favorite thing about Sandman is like if you don't know Sandman, he just looks like a dude from the crowd.
Yeah. Pretty much. He just looks like
cigarette, cigarette in his mouth with a kendo stick in his hands.
he looks like
Those are
someone's
the best.
father that went for a carton of cigarettes.
Never came back, but he smoked all the cigarettes. It's a good match. There's a lot of chicanery, and then it ends up with like not betrayal, but they kind of end up hurting each other. So Sandman and Bam Bam end up doing that thing where it's like, oh man, they could have won except for this one little flaw. And then Sandman's like, God damn it. Instead of getting pissed off and beating them up, they just drink a beer and go home. That's it.
Nice.
But Bam Bam loses.
Cool. All right. My next match is Too Cold Scorpio versus Sabu. This is for the ECW World Television Championship. This is Too Cold was the TV champion at the time. Sabu's the challenger. This was February 17th, 1996. So this is like right before Flash Funk, like right before when he became Fast Funk. Um, if you haven't watched Too Cold Scorpio in his prime, he was extremely great and very high flying and everything like that. Had a probably one of the most perfect 450 splashes as well. Very innovative with his moves. Sabu, again, he's a guy that just goes straight hardcore match. And in ECW, hardcore was part of the matches. No one got DQ'd. No one got anything. He just beat people with chairs for no reason. Um, but yeah, the chair action started extremely early in this match. But Tuchel has some good offense. He did catch the 450 splash, but then once Bill Alfonso did some little diversion, Sabu got back up and demolished Tuchel Scorpio with the chair. He threw it at his head, and then after that, he did a backflip on the chair, like to the chair, on the rope, and finished Tuchel Scorpio to take the TV title.
That is one thing I see a lot. I would not like to wrestle Sabu because him jumping with the chair under his butt and landing on your head just looks terrible.
Him just throwing the chair at your head is
This
fucked
is true.
up.
This is true.
He just chucked it right at your head.
This one is also RVD's on RVD's channel, but he does have the date. It is Sabu and Rob Van Dam versus Stan Hansen and Sakao Omari.
Nice.
I don't know. It's AJPW, so it says it happened January 20th, 97, AJPW.
Oh, All
Uh,
Japan Pro Wrestling.
so this one is a good breather for the usual hardcore stuff from ECW. And you can also see that he was actually a legit tag team with RVD.
Yeah.
They have a lot of moves that are like, they influence a lot of people. That's all I can say. Because you see them doing it has a specific name, but I don't know what it is. When Matt and Jeff,
Yeah.
where Matt lays down and Jeff jumps off his back.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying they invented that move, but this is clearly before the Hardy Boys got going.
Yeah. And they did it with a chair sometimes.
Okay, gotcha. So that you see that here is very interesting to see them fight Stan Hansen, who's not quite like prime Stan Hansen, but he is far from being too far removed from being good. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to mess with that guy.
Yeah,
You
he's still a
don't.
big dude.
And he's still good in the
Hmm.
ring. It's just interesting to see like it's a literal clash of styles because those two guys, RVD and Sabu, are nothing like Hansen and the other guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cool part is just you want to watch this because you get to see a majority of the tag team moves. Some of them I've still never seen people do. This is cool, but kind of hokey thing where Sabu holds one of the Japanese guy up in a sleeper, and then RVD rolls in the ring and then does like this superhero double punch to the guy's stomach, and it drives the crowd crazy.
Nice.
Like it's like I've seen that once, never seen that move again. And let's see, but pretty much it breaks down to Sabu versus Hansen at the end, and they try to get him with a nice combo. Hansen ducks out of the way, and then on the comeback for Sabu, he just catches him with a clothesline from the. It's a wrap.
Nice.
Takes his head off.
Um, my final match. it was like very hard to watch because it was like a 1994 tape. This is 8/28, 1994. This is FMW Summer Spectacular. This is one-on-one match of Hayabusa versus Sabu. Um, as much as Sabu goes straight into the hardcore, Hayabusa can go directly also straight into the hardcore, and this was a very hard hitting match. Hayabusa does win with a crazy ass moonsault that he looked like he almost landed on his neck, but beyond that, it was a very fantastic match. Very high flying, very technical, very hardcore. They kind of just beat each other with Japanese chairs, which are small little wooden chairs and not the regular metal chairs that we see. Um, but very good, fast-paced action. Sabu kind of moves like a savage in the beginning of the ring. He's like tries to like jump on your leg and shit. But very fun match to watch. And again, I always loved Hayabusa too, so this was actually a fun matchup. And no mat on the floor. And they doing high fly moves out the ring. Shit looked like painful. What's your last one?
The last one I have is on the TNA Wrestling channel. It is Abyss versus Jeff Hardy versus Rhino versus Sabu. It says Bound for Glory 2005. It is the Monsters Ball match. I've never seen this match in full, so it's the first time I've seen it. But there is a clip from this match that is very well known. It is Jeff flying off the top of the stage onto a table where Abyss is. Like, it was one of the craziest Jeff Hardy dives he's ever done. Like, when you watch it again, it's like, man, if he was a foot off, he'd be dead.
Yeah,
That's how close that was. This one is like, uh, wow. I can see why they continue having Monster Ball matches because this one is amazing.
yeah,
Like, it's one of the coolest hardcore matches I've seen without being gratuitously violent.
yeah,
Uh, you have pretty much Prime Rhino, who's a beast. Sabu throwing chairs at everybody's head. You got Jeff flying all over the place. There's a funny moment where Sabu does the thing I just said, where he lays down, Jeff jumps off, hits Abyss,
yeah.
and then Jeff's like, "Come on, come on!" And he's about to do it, and then he just stops and kicks Jeff in the stomach.
Don't be
Like, there's
trusting
a
everybody.
nope, it's a four-way match. I ain't your partner. So there's like there's little gems like that. There's that crazy Jeff moment, and then it's just like the entire match is great. I I recommend anybody watch this. If you've never seen it, please watch it. It's really really good.
Nice.
The winner of the match actually also you get to see uh Rhino swing a kendo stick like a baseball bat. He looks possessed,
Nice.
so I wouldn't want to get hit by that. End of the match, he hits Jeff with I think they call it the Rhino Buster,
Okay.
which is this disgusting. Uh, it's basically a power driver from the second row. Oh, Jeff's neck. Now you see he takes care of him, but
Yeah.
that's disgusting. Come on, man. He tried to kill him,
Nice.
and he wins the match.
Nice. All right. What are we doing next? That's the we go to the weekend wrestling, and we'll have a new wrestling retrospect at the end of the show. Monday Night Raw. We kick off with Gunther and Logan Paul. Is this the right week? I'm so messed up. Yeah, it was this week. Yeah, it was this week, right? Yeah, it was this week. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Gunther and Logan Paul go face to face. Um, he pretty much saying whoever wins that match, he's gonna be meeting them at June 9th.
He seems upset. Why is he so mad?
He's angry. He don't have his belt no more. So he's just angry. Good segment. Also Jay kicking the shit out of Logan Paul is always great. So there you go. We go to tag team matchup. That's our first match. Penta and AJ Styles versus Finn Balor and JD McDuggan. I like the fact that the non-tag team match looked more like a tag team than the regular tag team. AJ and Penta like matched. It was cool.
Oh yes, they both had the red outfits on.
Yep. Yep. Very fun match. Very like really enjoyable match. And then also some shenanigans with Grande Americano headbutting Penta in the back of his head, and then that causes the match for Penta and Styles, Balor and McDuggan win. Very fun stuff though. A lot of cool stuff. Carlito took a mean Mexican destroyer too.
I believe this was the match where Carlito killed AJ Styles
Yes.
when he came in and cheated, and they did the slow motion on the replay, and it looked like he got wasted like GTA, and
Yeah.
it was the funniest thing I've seen the entire week. It was great.
We had some backstage stuff with Paul Heyman reveals to Uso that Breaker is not looking to take his title, but rather just slow his momentum. Um, we had also some Judgment Day backstage stuff during that time with Roxanne bringing some nuggets. No, that was after this match, was it? Yeah, it was after the match day. She brought nuggets to the Judgment Day.
And the match was
So the next match, huh? The next match was Roxanne, Natalia, and Becky Lynch.
yes, and that was for a spot to qualify in the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
It was a great match. They worked really well together. Again, these people, these these girls specifically, man, they just know how to do multi person matches.
Yeah.
It's the specialty, it seems. Lyra does not let Becky win because that was the the perceived lineup. Everybody said, "Oh, it's gonna be Becky and Charlotte." No, good luck after this week.
Yep. Yep.
Um, I still think it would have been a great surprise if Natty would have won. Because when has she won anything? But we got Roxy and Money in the Bank,
Yep.
so she's moving up real quick.
Yeah. Yep. Roxanne Perez wins. Um, we go to Rollins and Paul have a little backstage segment. Rollins' big ass gold chain is hilarious. um, After that we have Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. Austin Theory got a really good pop, like a pretty good pop during the match as well. But this match was fun, and Sheamus beat his
I
ass.
think the messed up part was that they don't realize or they didn't bring up on commentary that this match was his own fault. They were
Yes.
just like he was trying to avoid it, but they didn't say why. It was because he tricked Theory into taking the match against Sheamus
Yes.
when Sheamus returned, and Sheamus beat his ass.
Yeah.
And then Theory, I mean not Theory, Waller was the one making faces outside the ring.
Yep.
So
Yep.
this week it is his payback,
Yes.
and so everybody loved Austin Theory being a jerk,
Yep. Yep. Sheamus
and
won.
Sheamus kicked his head off.
Yeah, he did. We go into the next match. This is also for the Money in the Bank qualifier. We have Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Zoe Stark. Match was solid. It's just a miscue. Not even a miscue. Just a shit like a move that she does all the fucking time, and she just. I think she was trying to protect Kairi because she's landed short, and her landing short, fucking. Oh, that shit was terrible to look at. But hopefully she gets speedy recovery for Zoe Stark, but Kari Sane also being in the match, I was happy that she returned. But I feel like honestly, we talking about like how everyone predicted Becky, everyone had Rhea Ripley winning. I would have liked it Rhea Ripley to work a bit more to get her spot in Money in the Bank. So maybe taking a loss in this one and being like the last, doing like a 4-way for the last spot kind of thing with with the losers with Natalia, with Becky, with Rhea, and then you could have had her win that one. But beyond that, like it was a very fun match though. But again, Zoe Stark, I hope she has a speedy recovery.
Yeah, that sucks that she got hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Um, I like though the fact that even in those bad circumstances, you did get on the fly matchup between Kyrie and Rhea.
Yeah. And it was solid.
It was solid.
Yes.
It's just it kind of sucks. Hey, she just came back and now she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
She's not at Money in the Bank, y'all. So we'll
Um,
see what happens.
I will say this. Seeing that Baron Corbin is no longer with WWE, can Kyrie Sane have your theme?
Why not?
Her theme is his theme is it's a pirate theme. Her music is not great, and I feel like that's something that's kind of. I feel like some if it affects people's interests in a way is like when a song they don't regularly recognize, or it doesn't really have a catchy beat to it. It tends the crowd not really cheering, and I think Zelina Vega is like really getting hit with that as well because her theme is like just doom doom doom, but like it doesn't really go anywhere with it. So yes, fix the themes, please. And Baron Corbin, give Curry Sing your theme if it would work perfect with her character. Jay Uso versus Braun Breaker was the main event. Very good matchup for the beginning. They have good chemistry. They have fought before. Um, but this also goes into shenanigans and Sami Zayn with Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn comes in for the save. CM Punk's music hits, and then Logan Paul sucker punches Jey Uso. I think more happened, but I can't think of the rest.
Well, this is not. That wasn't a part of the show.
No,
That's
okay.
the, this
Nope.
was still that week where that wasn't a part of the show.
Oh, okay.
So the match ends before that happens
Oh,
because
okay.
we got untold amounts of interference. Even Paul Heyman got involved. So
Yes.
the match ends. Jay's still champ. He kind of fends off the beating, and then we go to the online special
Yeah.
after the beatdown and the save. There's a little sneak attack, which
Yes.
is dirty. So
Monday Night Raw, we give it.
uh, B plus.
I'll go B.
Thought it was a solid show.
Yeah.
Unforeseen circumstances made things turn out differently, but even still, what I wanted, would have liked to have seen, not just for me, just for the betterment of the show, for surprises. I think they should have switched up some of the people who won these qualifying matches. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you know what? I'm not mad if Roxy won.
No,
So
I'm not mad even Maria winning, but I think you had kind of storylines that they could easily probably get a last resort kind of thing and give some new faces into that ladder match. Like Kari just returning would have been nice seeing her in there. And also her and Neo and maybe them facing off sometime at some point in time would be great as well. Like I like what they did on SmackDown side because again, the one that everyone thought was gonna lose, wound up winning that match, which was Julia. So I'm happy in that side
well,
of
it was
things.
two people who was gonna lose that match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Two people was gonna lose that match, but anyway. NXT. We kick off with Sean Legacy defeats Javon Evans and Ashanti Adonis, and he will get a North American title match.
That was a great match. That was one of the best matches of last week, I think. That was not on a pay per view.
Yeah. Javon Evans gotta get it. I think he's gotta get a belt soon. He gotta
I
get
don't
there.
want let him do what he do.
Yeah.
Let him do what he do.
Yeah.
They give him a championship, and I don't mind. He's a joy to watch, and that other guy, Mr. Legacy,
Yeah.
he's looking good.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think that was maybe one of Shanti the Adonis' best match,
yeah. I
if
agree
I'm
with
being
that.
honest.
I agree with that.
Like he had something to prove.
And yeah, also Sean like his theme is not
Yeah,
great. It's
another
not
boo
as
boo
bad as
thing.
that theme.
But his is more of being on the lower
Yeah,
tier show.
but it's just
That's
techno music.
yeah, it's not good, not good.
All right. We go to Trick Williams either and Joe Henry's Ruthless Rap. How you like his music video?
I mean, it was a live performance in front of everybody, so it was impressive to see him do that.
There you go.
That's not. I think people don't understand that even when they watch a concert, that there's still a track playing.
Yeah.
So him to rap the entire thing and sing the hook by himself is actually impressive.
Nice.
Like that's just a real thing, a real rap thing.
Yeah. You got Sean Spears versus defeats Josh Briggs. Good match.
Yeah, solid match, solid match.
You all had shenanigans that which cost the match, but you had the tag team champs coming for the save. This which led up into their match at NXT the NXT pay per view
Hmm.
battleground. We go to Bronco Nima and Lucien Price versus Kel Dixon and Yura Connors. This group, what's her name? OTM. They returned and they beat the smack out of these two people.
But the funny thing is, I can see because other two guys on Evolve.
Yes.
I can see they're not just like jabronis; they're just new.
Yeah.
Because like you could tell that they're not bad.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing I was expecting. Oh, this is gonna be a jobber match. And I'm like, oh wait, even the little guy is getting some action in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So like it was a solid match, but pretty much this match is development. So this is everybody trying to work things out. So
I see. I think OTM needs to dress kind of similar. I feel they're.
oh, one guy had it. Yeah, because one guy does have trunks on.
Yeah, I was like, try to dress like each other. Like
They
again,
should they
tag.
should both have street
Yeah, there you
clothes.
go.
Because they could not for nothing. And I kind of don't like them taking them away from Jada, but they remind me of just like a Def Jam group.
Yeah, and I feel bad that Jada is kind of became the star, and she's not really with them. I will actually still like her being part of it.
Hmm.
Maybe they help her and she helps them. Simple as that.
Yep.
There you go. We had Miles Bourne's statement, and Obafemi comes in and gets derailed by LFG winner Jasper Troy. I liked the promo a lot. It was very heartfelt for Bourne, and I actually looked forward to the match. So it was actually quite good. When we do the prediction next week.
Hmm. Yes, good promo. Uh, I mean, I get that the other guy showed up. He said he was gonna make a statement, so he did.
Yep, he went straight for the champ.
That's a big boy too.
Yeah, I think he was Undertaker's guy. Or no, I think he was Booker T's.
Yeah,
Still,
he's Booker T's guy.
yeah,
Yes.
he's Booker T's guy. Lola Vice versus Fallon Henley. It was solid, fast match. Kind of miscommunications with this group, but
There's only two of them.
it's two now. Yeah, the third one I don't know what happened though.
Again, I don't think she's hurt. 'Cause I don't know why she's not there.
I don't know. But there's a lot of things that they've been doing, like, kind of in the backgrounds. That you just see them arguing in the background. A lot of scenes on NXT is just them two arguing in the background.
Ah, okay, okay.
Even in on battlegrounds, you see like them having the promos in the beginning. Mike Santana popping out, and you see them yelling at each other in the background.
Ah, see, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it was something I noticed last week, and I think it was last week as well. Like there was one of the promos, and you see them yelling at each other in the background, and the guitar girl is not there, so she probably is the peacemaker, and she's not there, so they just like I hate you. And then our main event was Kalani Jordan versus Zarya. This was to get a chance at the North American Championship, and very solid match. Kalani wins.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Uh, And you know what? Even though I was hoping Zaria won, I realized what it meant. And I was
Yeah,
kind of happy that she didn't, because like I don't want them to break that group up already.
yeah, I agree. I like the team.
Hmm.
NXT, where you give it?
NXT, I think I'm gonna give it like an A minus. I thought it was a very good show. Like I
Uh,
said, that first match was real good. Last match great, but that first match was real good.
I think I'm at A minus too. I think there's some things that could have been better. I would have made that A plus and stuff like that, but thought it was solid. AEW Dynamite. Did you watch?
No,
Okay. So this is one thing I will say that disappoints me sometimes is when you're about to go into a pay per view and then you have the same people fighting that in that pay per view fighting on these shows, and it's just like, okay, why didn't you just let it happen on that Anchor thing? Because I heard that match was fucking crazy as hell and a lot of fun, but you had them fight here too, so. You had a great promo between Will Ospreay and Hangman Page. I like that, so I'll give that credit. Then you go into Moxley and the Young Bucks versus Swerve and the OPPs. That was solid again for the building of the storyline, but again, I felt like we did not need that because you're going into the Anarchy thing. But this was just another more run-ins and them all getting chaos and Kenny Omega coming in and Claudio coming in and everyone kind of helping each other out. Willow coming in and shit like that. So it's pretty much building to that match. You have MJF. He signs with Hurt Syndicate. The Sons of Texas deliver a warning to the tag champs. Uh, Mediocre promo. I don't really care. Ricochet versus Anthony Bowens. Very solid match. Ricochet wins. Mercedes Monet and Jamie Hayter coming to blows right ahead. That was actually pretty solid as well. Um, then you have Mina Shikara versus Julia Hart. Very solid match. And then Sky Blue comes in text behind, and Tony Storm helps, and that's how they end the show. And then the way the show ends is pretty much the anarchy in the arena starts early, and you just see backstage fighting. They kind of did this a couple times. This is not the first time they did it like this, because I think the one with Matt Hardy they started like on Dynamite too, and they started fighting like after this thing. So like they kind of do the same shit when they build these matches. Um, for all in all, I say the Mina and Julia Hart was a very solid match and was story oriented. The rest of the show was pretty good. It was okay. Ricochet and Bowens was actually a really solid match to watch. So I go a B minus with it. SmackDown. SmackDown we kick off with Charlotte versus Julia versus Zelina Vega.
that was a solid match. It was kind of gritty. It was kind of nasty, but it was good.
Yeah,
And Julia wins.
Julia wins. She's got her spot in Money in the Bank.
Can I just say though? I just noticed that Julia and Charlotte get on very well in the ring.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like I
Um.
guess it's their style. Maybe it's because Charlotte's kind of a American strong style at sometimes,
Yeah.
but she shouldn't be. But it's fine with Julia. I don't know. Like this is the like I said, the way they work with each other is like pretty. So
Yeah.
it was good.
I would even say Julia and Zelina worked well together too. That was probably her best, like freaking Code Red
I still
when she called
don't know.
Julia. That actually looked really good. Chris Sabin versus Tommaso Ciampa. This also gets shenanigans with the referee. Ciampa faking a knee injury, and then Candice Ray attacks Sabin and causes him to win. So Candice Ray is with the DIY, and Ciampa wins.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I
It was
like
a
it.
solid match, but I like Candace being there. Something for her to do.
Yep, yep. Secret Hervis versus Michin and B Fab. Solid match. B Fab and Michin win.
It was pretty good. I
Yes.
mean, it did lead into, well, it did result from the backstage brawl.
Yes.
They was talking mad trash. And Chelsea was out there.
Yep.
I think that was the thing that helped them lose was because Selena came back because Chelsea was talking all that trash outside. So it was 3-on-2,
Yes.
and she evened it up.
Yep.
So that's what happened.
Yep. Yep. You got Jacob Fatu was shown telling JC Mateo that he does not see him as family, but Solo tried to make a peacemaker. Take stop your shit. Then you got Jacob Fatu.
Solo's ridiculous. Solo's got. I like his personality now.
Yeah.
He seems like just the most Weasley. Like he's like the Weasley number two.
Yeah. He's like the
Almost
Joe
like what's his
Pesci.
name?
The Joe Pesci
No,
of
he's like yes, yeah. I can see that. I can
yeah,
see that.
yeah, he's like the Joe Pesci of like the Goodfellas, the Goodfellas, feathers, the Goodfellas. He's the one that like tries is the wise guy kind of shit, and like again, I actually like Solo. I think he's doing great work, and I think him being that kind of a weasel kind of character works for him because seeing that the Samoans all kind of have a certain type, he's the he's kind of a lot different than everyone else
Hmm.
besides his ring gear. Other than that, like he has a very good personality with it.
Yep, I think that's good.
I like this tag match man a lot. Jacob Fatu, JC Mateo versus Jimmy Uso and Ray Phoenix.
Yes.
Um, that camera work with the hot tag for Ray Phoenix was fucking fire.
Yeah.
That was actually really cool looking. Fun match.
Yes. Very good. Very very good.
Legado de Fantasma had a video package and implying they will be in action in Worlds Collide. They're fighting three luchadors at Worlds Collide.
Looks like
Dr.
Humberto
Rank.
might defect
Yeah,
because he's not having it.
yeah. And this dude, Dr. Ragnar Jr., the younger one, he's one of the guys in that tag match.
Yes.
Our Truth talks about John Cena. Great promo. I liked it.
Yes. Good promo.
And then we have another Money in the Bank qualifier. You got LA Knight, Alexa Black, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Really fantastic match. Surprise who won. I actually didn't. I honestly didn't mind who would have won this match. I think I would have mind anyone in the Money in the Bank out of these three guys. But I do need a Black versus Nakamura, Miss versus Miss match.
Yeah. I'm not mad who won. I think LA Knight made a compelling case. He had a great backstage with Byron.
Mhm.
So I think he just gave you more of a reason to want to see him in it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two kind of just looked at the camera
Yep.
for a hot second, and that was it. They teased the face off with Shinsuke and Black, so hopefully they know.
Yeah. That was cool. And then our main event was Frexium versus Street Profits. Started fantastic, was a fantastic match, ended fantastic with the lights going out, and all the other tag teams came out too with the shenanigans as well, right?
Yeah, well, not the other tag teams. It was first it was Johnny and Candice and Tommaso
Yeah,
to ruin the day, and then we had the good guys come out, which was DIY, not DIY. What's the name of
Motor
it?
City
Motor
Machine
City.
Guns. Yeah,
So that's what brought them out, and then the Wyatts were like, enough of this,
we just bring chaos.
enough of this.
On Bray Wyatt's birthday, they had a birthday cake after the cameras went out.
Yes,
Um, I love seeing them. I love seeing their characters. I love seeing them there. I will like them to get some traction and build something with them. Even if it's in the tag division, even if it's like that, there's a lot of things you could do with them. You have Alexa Bliss being in Money in the Bank. They could probably help her as a way, in a way too. So who knows what they do with it? But it was very nice seeing them.
if you bring them back and make them kill everybody, then that's the right way to move. That's how I feel.
They
They
just
gotta
saw
be
this.
everybody. It doesn't matter who's the number one storyline. If they target you, you're done.
What
That's
if,
how they should be.
what if John Cena other heel plan was to convince the Wyatt Six that Bray was white and they help him destroy WWE?
No, but that doesn't really do anything for me. But
Nah,
I would love it if they targeted John Cena, like towards the end
that'd be cool.
of the whole thing, if they come and get him.
Yeah, and bring him back to the world that he got trapped in.
I mean, if they do a special Firefly Funhouse with the go back to Johnny Large Meat, do a throwback to that, that
Like,
would be amazing. But like,
like what if it was like the Cena that you see now is not the Cena, and he's still trapped in the Firefly Funhouse, and it's Bray Wyatt's spirit taking over Cena, and
I
that's how they
mean,
bring back like a Ghostbuster fucking thing.
I mean, the idea is cool. I just know they wouldn't
Nah, they won't
use
do it.
Bray Wyatt like that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But
But
again, the
to
last time,
insinuate to
yeah,
insinuate that he's not in his right mind because of what happened, that would be something.
yeah, yeah. SmackDown, where you give it?
SmackDown, I give it an A.
I go A as well. That's the tag match has been fucking killer, and the multi people
But I
matches
think
again they
I
do
think
those great.
I just think all the story stuff has been hitting more consistently than Raw.
I agree, and they have more time
Like
too, so it's a
we
lot of.
didn't talk about Dame Priest and whatchamacallit fighting outside and
Oh yeah, that
all
too.
their nonsense. But even that's been compelling. So
Yeah. All right. We go to Saturday Night Main Event, and this would be more prediction, more of a review, because it is a special. So we kick off with CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
more of a story match, still solid. Um, but again, story stuff. We got a returning person coming to. I guess did he? I don't remember if he changed the outcome of the match. No, they
Yeah,
won,
he
right?
crashed into no, they he crashed into yeah, he crashed into Sami Zayn and Punk lost the match.
Gotcha. Okay, so we got Bronson Reed returning.
I was surprised. I like when they those secret surprises. We need more of those, and that one no one expected. No one could have predicted that.
That's true.
Because how that ankle broke, I thought he was gonna be out for at least a year.
And this puts him on the opposite sides of the bloodline now, like a different show.
Yeah,
So I wonder how that's gonna work out.
yeah. He's joined sides with Seth Rollins. Maybe the ass whoopings to Seth Rollins. He was like, you know what, you cool.
Mhm.
And then he pancaked CM Punk, which I think they had to get a pizza spatula and scrape him off the mat afterwards. He looked like the cartoon. What was it?
He probably pooped his
Newman.
pants.
He probably did. That's why he wears black. Next match we have Selena. What do you give this match?
I gave it a 3.75. It was okay, but the more importantly was the surprise at the end.
Yeah, I'll go for just because that surprise at the end. I did pop for that as well. Next match we have Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. U.S. title match on the line. U.S. title on the line.
And this is now, is this her rematch?
This is considered her rematch. Yes.
Okay. All right. So she at least got her rematch. She had a good. This was a good match. They did some stuff they did not do. That powerbomb to the outside was disgusting.
Yes.
I do like how they matched. They were opposite colors, but the same colors. Even though I
Yeah.
think Selena is my hero.
Yeah. She's All Might.
She's the
Almighty. All Might. Yeah.
yes, yeah. Um, it was a good match. I think it was a good match. They have good chemistry, but I think it was also they fought each other like more than enough times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll say there was like a little momentum off with the 619. She needs to find maybe a slightly easier way to do it, because this is the maybe the second time she got caught on it. She did get caught on another, I think, against
She just
Piper.
needs to do it better. That's it.
Or do it lower,
She's done it like 50 times and not messed it
or
up.
do it
She
lower,
just
lower. Like she got caught on that
no.
second one. Yeah, do it
There's
lower.
no excuses for her.
Do it.
Just don't mess it up.
You're sure. Do it. Oh yeah, Rey
No,
Mysterio's
just
power
don't.
size.
I'm like, no. The point is
Yeah,
she's done it 75 times and not messed it up.
yeah.
Just don't mess it up.
Yeah, because that one, that looked like it cracked Chelsea's nose, or she just
Yeah.
kicked her in the nose, and she started bleeding.
She just didn't put her hands up. Put your hands up.
There you go. Where you get this match?
Again, 375. Nothing special, but I do like the fact that they did go and do. This was not a copy paste.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
separate match.
I'll go 3-5. Yeah, again, little hiccups here and there, but there's some things that I like enjoyed. That power bomb did, like, I swear, like, she probably pooped her pants after that power bomb. She had white shorts, so who knows? John Cena versus R-Truth. This was not a title match.
No, she should have found a way to make it win. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But this was 100% for story. I love Truth's intro, the way he came out.
yeah, me
Complete,
too.
complete John Cena. Complete Ron Cena. Excuse me. Complete Ron Cena. I like all the throwback little nods to everything, and I just like Cena cheating.
Yeah,
I just like him being like, man, screw you.
yep.
You
Kick,
stupid.
kick him right in the balls.
You, yeah, I'm gonna get a ref the belt, but then I'm gonna kick you in the balls. So
And I like his facial expression when he's about to do the heel thing. He just goes to that, like, that straight, serious, numbing
that,
mouth
yeah.
face when he's about to do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
I enjoyed the match for what it is, and it was a story match. It was nothing special out of it, but it was for the story. So I'll go 4 just because I was interested in it.
I go 4 because I think the intro added to it,
Yeah,
and everything, every little thing that they did in it, I think was more than just them having a full match.
yeah.
Like I would have liked it if they had a full match, but I I understand
Yeah.
the way they're trying to do this. So,
We have Drew McIntyre versus
and then
Damian. Go
also
ahead.
at some point we gotta mention what he said to Jay.
Yes, that's after this match
Okay,
because it was before he came out that Cena did a backstage segment with Jey Uso.
gotcha.
So Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. This was the steel cage match.
Good match. I love. I personally like the body on commentary because he's completely old school and out of the loop.
Yeah,
So he's giving you genuine commentary, and I don't dislike that. Like I'm not sitting there going, listen to this old man. There's nobody's talking. No, 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 no. He's not with the times, and he's telling you how he feels about what he's watching,
I
and he's
did.
not. He does not have a filter. I think that's one thing. I think that on if it was Vince, he probably wouldn't have been able to say some of the stuff he said. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
He would have had to stick to the program, and I think Triple H understands. He's like, man, this guy's crazy. Let's just let him go.
yeah.
To me, that added to the match. And
I
they
like.
killed each other. They killed each other.
I like the fact that he had such a problem with Damian Priest getting out the door.
Yeah, I would too. If I was from that time where you didn't have that.
Yo, it always was there.
No, on the blue one too.
Yes, the blue one had a door.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
But the rules weren't go out the cage though. The rules were not open the door.
yeah. You could open the door. Look at Brett and Owen.
You serious? The original
Yes,
one, you could
it
open the
always
door.
had the door. The only ones that didn't have the door was like the old gray cages back in the day. But when the steel cage, the blue steel cage, it had a door.
No, but I'm saying the rules for coming out.
Yeah, you could
I
get out the
understand
door.
you could have.
Remember,
I,
Kofi Kingston won.
no,
He
we're
beat.
talking about
Yeah,
no, we're talking about 80s. Talking about before all this, his era. Could you walk out of the door? I don't think you could just walk out of the
the blue
door.
steel. Yes, it had a door.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the time because I
Yes, you could
understand when
walk
the
out the
blue steel
door.
existed.
Yeah,
I understand it existed,
yeah,
but people used it in the 90s also.
yeah,
What I'm saying is when Body was running around and doing these things, that wasn't the rules, was it?
yeah. It was still the rules. The only thing is, it was the heels that usually went for the door, and then most of the baby faces did the climb. And
I
then usually it
need
was the baby
I
face, the heel will run up and get caught, and then the baby face would drop his ass down, and then he'll climb out. But the baby face, the heels used to always go for that door. I remember, and then you even go to the current one, they still had the door. And then Brett Owen is probably the best example because every time Owen Hart had a chance, he fucking dived for that door and tried to run out.
All right. I mean, that's as close to that time period as I can get.
Yeah,
So I'd have to do my own personal research to
yeah,
see,
yeah.
because I don't think anybody was using the door like in the 80s.
I
That's the thing. I'm
yeah.
saying like his time.
I
I don't
know
think they were
the
doing
my prime example, I guess, with Brennan Owen because that was like '94.
it. Hmm.
So that would be my prime example of the door being used. I like again. There's so much wrestling we have watched throughout the years. Like I go, I know maybe Warrior Macho Man. If they fall in a cage, I think there was a chance they went for the door, or Sensation the Sherry tried to open the door, and they always like do something with it. But I know the door always being used as a weapon too, to slam it on the person's face and shit, or act like they slammed on the fingers. But I remember it happening that the door was always you could get out the door and you could once your feet hit the ground. And then you go to the newer ones. I remember Kofi Kingston flying out and landing out the door. But again, I did like the fact that he fucking hated it though. But I thought this match was probably the most physical match of the night, and
Hmm.
they really told the story. I'm
It
happy
should have been
Priest won. There's some news with
serious,
Drew. We don't
serious
know.
lack of blood.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
For something that was billed as a heated rivalry, almost like a blood feud, if you will.
yeah,
That's my only real issue with the match.
yeah, yeah. That
So
was the interesting one. But I did like it.
I give it a four. I give it a 4.25. I like the ending. Somebody check on Edge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The concerto. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep, yep.
What you giving?
I'm gonna go 4 or 5. I think this was probably my favorite match of the night. What do you give it?
I said 4.25.
Okay.
The lack of blood. I mean, I get the TV thing, but still, a blood feud match with no
Yeah,
blood is like it's weird.
yeah. And then we have a main event, which is Jey Uso and versus Logan Paul. This ends with Jey Uso wins, but this was right before the match. John Cena and Jey Uso had some words with each other, which line up having Cena come out as well, and then Cody Rhodes returns and for the
But
save. But
the
before that,
the important thing was what he said to Jay,
yes,
because he said if Logan Paul wins that title and I have this one and I take it and leave, that would also ruin wrestling. Meaning a YouTuber would have your world heavyweight title.
yeah,
So John Cena, on his quest to ruin wrestling, tried to help Logan Paul,
yep,
and it makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it does.
So I don't know if they'll continue this type of uh, deal, if he'll help him try to win in the future. But I understand what he's saying. So
And then yeah, Cena trying to help, and then Cody Rhodes returns.
yes, sir.
Big pop.
Mad as hell. Mad as hell.
And this is going to lead into Money in the Bank match. John Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes.
That should be good to see.
Yep, yep. What do you give the last match?
Last match I give it a 3.75. I guess I give it a four for Cena actually coming out. I wasn't expecting him to come out.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting him to actually come out.
I go 4 as well. Like again, story works, and then how they're gonna build it is fine.
Hmm.
All right. We go to podcasts we listen to. I did listen to the Van Vliet stuff. He had two good ones. Oh, he had Kevin, Mr. Kennedy, or Mr. Anderson now, but and then he had what else he had? I think I didn't get it because I had it here.
One
Um,
was Lyra. I don't know if that was
yeah,
last.
Lyra Valkyrie was Tuesday, and then he had Mr. Kennedy on Thursday. Those were both good interviews. I
Hmm.
did listen to the Carrion Cross on that.
Oh, Ariel, that
Yeah, I
one.
did that. That was pretty good.
Yep, that's a good show.
I know Chris Van Vliet teased Omas and Katana Chase being on this week.
Is Omar still signed?
Yes,
Where, where is he? He needs
I
to
don't
come back
know.
and
He's
kill
just
people.
making a paycheck. I do not know. He could be the third member of the New Day.
I wouldn't mind if he was just smashing people up and helping
Dress
them
him
win.
as a deaf unicorn.
Because they don't lose. That's all I'm saying.
Or dress him as the ninja again.
Tozawa needs him. That's
Yeah,
why.
Tozawa needs him. But yeah, I listened to that. I think Jordan Grace. No, yeah, not Jordan Grace. Someone was on.
He was on Busted Open.
She was on Busted Open, right? Yeah, I did listen
Yes.
to that. There was someone else on Busted Open. Uh,
Well, I know Natty started her show, her segment.
okay. How did that go? I didn't listen to it.
It was funny.
Yeah,
'Cause she, again, the thing that you don't hear or see on TV normally is how normally when she's not trying to like give a deliver a promo,
yeah,
she's naturally like charming and funny,
yeah.
and that's kind of the stuff you don't get about Natty. I'm like, I wish they would just let her be more of herself.
I agree. Me too. Osprey was on Double or Not on yeah, he was on Busted Open After Dark.
Hmm.
Xena Sterling. That was the other one. That was the girl
Oh,
that
that's the
Bubba
new
Ray
one,
stood.
LFG.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That yeah, yeah, some good stuff. All right. And last but not least, we have the wrestling retrospect. Who your pick?
You know what? Let me see. Did we did we ever do Damian Priest?
No.
All right, so there we go.
Damn, I'm getting surprised at some of the ones that we haven't picked. Cause some of the legends too, we didn't pick till really late either. Like HBK was picked like 137.
Well, we try not to pick
Yeah, it's true.
the main people, but
Yeah. So, Damian Priest or Punishment Martinez.
yes, sir. I like also like because of the battleground that we will see Mike Santana.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. So I did watch like a little teasers of Battleground. Like that was in the beginning of the show. We saw Mike Santana, and he's gonna fight this dude from Quarter Crash Crew on Tuesday.
Yes, Tavion Heights.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that match.
But because of what he said, hopefully we see him versus Trick.
Yeah.
So,
And spoiler alert because we didn't do
oh,
the
that's
review, but that my picture I
it's
did it.
everywhere. But
No,
yeah,
yeah, I did it earlier, but not knowing that we was not going to do a review. But Trick Williams with the TNA title is the picture of the cast. I might change that when we put it up and then do the battleground one with that. But anyway, um, yeah, some of the previews of stuff like I did watch the Monet and Jamie Hayter match. That was an extremely solid match, but Jamie Hayter ate the floor with with the finish. But other than that, it was a really good match. And Monet is the Owen Hart champion. We kind of all kind of had an agreement that she was winning it. Um, I did watch a little bit of Double or Nothing. I watched the tag match of FTR and um, Garcia and McGinnis. That was
yeah.
okay. I wish it was better. It was okay.
Okay.
And then like, again, Battleground. A lot of things happen. You're still watching it, so I thought the card was really good. I say the weakest point was Lorenzo, Stacks and Tony D'Angelo, but I think the story helped it. The match was okay, but the story helped it.
Hmm.
But I think everything like Kalani and Soul stole the show again. Like that match was fantastic.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Like y'all could, if y'all want to do a best of 7, you got two there.
And I like her look. Was she supposed to be EO? Because that looked like EO's gear.
It looked like Io. So I was trying to figure out like what she was trying to do with the gear, and maybe she has like a thing on her post and stuff like that. But if it's an Io, that'd be great. Io's awesome. But yeah, we wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all social medias: your Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. Or Mark the Mic. Also follow Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Follow us anywhere and everywhere. Recycling. That's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud. And we got a WordPress, so check it out.
Yep. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
Laters.